All right, today we are in the town of Greenville, New York. Believe it or not, we are gonna hike, or attempt to hike, to the highest point in the state of New Jersey, 1,803-foot high point. We're gonna take the Shawangunk Ridge Trail from Greenville, across the state line in New Jersey, all the way to the top. And I got my partner in crime, Chad, with me today. This will be his first state high point and my ninth. Started at 1,100 feet, summit's 1,800 feet, so even with a few ups and downs, the gain shouldn't be that bad. Anyway, let's do it too. I heard an old woods road crossing. The Ridge Trail goes that way. So that's the way we're gonna go. And just for the record, if you come here, especially during the summer, this trail can be hard to follow at times. The blazing, not sparse per se, but kind of hard to see. Plus the trail's grown over in some spots. So bring a good map and keep a watchful eye. Alright, regain some altitude. It'd be funny if this is the bulk of the gain right here, because the mountain's only 1,800 feet and we started 1,100. The stuff I come up with. Anyway, on we go. Alright, we're on a more mellow, actually pretty lush and scenic part of the Shawangunk Ridge Trail, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. New Jersey state line should be coming up, I'd say about 2/5 of the way into the hike from the trailhead. Should be something interesting happen, so show it to you, otherwise I'll meet you with the state line. Despite the relative lack of use, this trail is pretty rocky and ledgy in some spots. Like right here. Don't know if we hit the New Jersey state line yet, but if I find it, and I know I found it, wow, this trail, it really is some brushing. Feels like no one's been here in ages, at least not this part of it. Whatever, adds to the adventure, I guess. Alright, you have a ski slope style trail rating right here.
More difficult.
More difficult, that's right. Maybe someone from the area, yeah, but due to me and my buddy Chad are White Mountain, born, raised, and trained, so pretty much a long walk in the woods. Anyway, on we go. All right, we're at a what seems to be a major trail junction. Shawangunk Ridge Trail was that way to New York, and Greenville were apart. There's a trail with red and green blazes going that way. There's Chad. And there's a trail that goes that way. I believe the Ridge Trail continues that way. I'm gonna look at the map and then I'll figure out where to go from there. And eventually I'll meet you as far as up the trail at some point. We've arrived at the junction where I think is the Cedar Swamp Trail. It goes that way and it goes that way. And apparently I made an error in pronunciation. It's pronounced Shawangunk. If I botched that, I quit. Anyway, down the Shawangunk Ridge Trail we go. How dope is this? It's the longest wooden boardwalks I've ever seen, even one longer than the one I saw in Baxter last week on the Chimney Pond Trail. Had you not had that little step up, you could easily ride a wheelchair here. The things you'll find, even in states like New Jersey, I tell you. Alright, I think we may have strayed off the Ridge Trail a little bit, but we're still in the Highpoint State Park trail system nonetheless, so as long as we keep a watchful trail eye, we'll get to the top of it. You probably can't see it, but I can see what appears to be a
cars.
That too, and a good paved road. I think we're coming up to the
and did you see that guy? He wasn't really prepared to like do any type of hiking.
Yeah.
So he must have parked down here.
I think we're coming to the summit road that goes up, that people can take up to the summit in their cars. Either way, I'll meet you with I don't think this is the road that goes directly to the summit, but maybe a spur road. Appears he has some campsites, picnic areas, I think. Good to know. So we're gonna find.
Like a beautiful area.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna find a trail to the top. I'll meet you when I find it. Alright, we're on the road system of Highpoint State Park. We're gonna go up there, slink around, and we'll get to the summit and the obelisk. And I completely forgot that there's a pond here, which apparently you can't swim in from over there. I'm gonna take a few pictures of this and then I'll meet you on the way to the highest point in New Jersey. Alright, I think me and Chad are on the final push to the top. Should be up this hill and around the bend. If it is, I'll meet you on top of the highest point in the state of New Jersey. Got it. Welcome to the summit of the highest point in the state of New Jersey. 1,803 foot high point. We did it, man. Let's take a walk around, or at least what we can, because part of this area is barricaded off. Let's see. Some small hills around there. And of course, centerpiece of this whole place, the massive summit, monument, obelisk, whatever. It's all glory. Flying proud. We started this hike in New York, actually, in Greenville, the Greenville Turnpike. We took the Shawangunk Ridge Trail pretty much all the way to the top, stayed for a little bit. And the summit parking area is down there. You can park there and walk a paved trail to the top. But this place is deserted. Even though it's a weekday, it's shocking on a day like this. Out there, I think it's Port Jarvis, New York. Out there it might be the high point, I'm not sure, because, well, this is alright, let's go over there. See the view from there. Yep, even though we're in Jersey, not too shabby of a view. Actually better than a lot of mountains in New Hampshire, in my humble opinion. Alright, let's see. We're gonna go in the tower at some point, explore around. I'll get a damn good picture montage. I forgot to mention, this is state high point number 9 for me and number 1 for my buddy Chad. So, we're gonna explore a little bit and get a picture montage, and then I'll meet you with what I decide to do next. Alright, climbing the stairs. all the way to the top of the Highpoint Monument. Holy crap. I'm used to climbing mountains, but this is harder than climbing a mountain. Holy crap. Anyway, I'll meet you at the top of this thing. Oh my God. All right, we're on top of the Highpoint observation tower. Don't know exactly how tall this thing is, but it was, in my opinion, harder to climb than the mountain itself from the trailhead. I don't know why the steps are, well again, the steps are a little steep. It's relentless, plus it's incredibly insanely hot and sticky out here. It's so bad. You can feel the moisture in the air on all the metal staircases and everything. Oh my God. So I'm gonna get a few pictures from here, and I'll meet back at the summit proper for what I decide to do next. All right, we're now at the parking lot for the people who climb Highpoint by car. I know hiking is not all that common in the state, but it surprises me that this place is so deserted. I know it's a weekday, the weather's nice and cool and crisp. Yeah, I don't know. Their loss, our gain. Anyway, we're gonna head down the Shawangunk Ridge Trail. Hopefully all the way back to our car at Greenville Turnpike. I see something interesting or something. Some neat ridge walking right here. I believe though that's this trail is gonna, according to the map I have, zigzag down the ridge back to the junction where I think I showed you, where I mistakenly took a right instead of a left. Let's see if that holds true. Trailhead off Greenville Turnpike in the town of Greenville, New York. We did it, man. Highest point, New Jersey, in the bag. Hike was actually not at all that difficult. It was a little on the long side, but pretty much never steep. A little moderate at times, but never steep. Scenery was a lot nicer than I was expecting too, especially near the top. And the views are pretty good for this area. Pretty good in general. And climbing that tower, which I later learned was 221 feet high, was neat. But the humidity was so awful in there and so sticky because there's literally no air circulation, that climbing to the top of that tower felt more difficult than climbing the mountain from here. But whatever, it's in the bag. 9th state high point for me and number 1 for Mr. Chadwick. So, not sure about the round trip distance and elevation gain off the top of my head. I'll figure it out when I get home if I have to, but I know total trail time was 3 hours 50 minutes. Probably around 3.5 hours, not including our break at the summit. So, from Mr. Chad and me, see you on my next adventure.